from the title, this is not one of my usual reviews. This is not a review at all. Scratch that, it's not a review. It's not what I usually do on this channel, that's what I meant to say. So as you can see by the title, which is somewhere up there, this is what happens when you get laundry detergent in your eye. First of all, this did not happen to me. This happened to my child, who is 4. And this happened 2 days before his 4th birthday. So great way to spend your birthday, right? So yeah, if you don't want to see any pictures, I'm not going to show you anything. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to send you anything heartbreaking or anything. I'm not going to show anything like that. I'm not going to show you what his eye looked like. I'm just going to show you it closed, because he kept it closed from Thursday night, because it happened Thursday night, to roughly Sunday. He kept it closed. He went from having both of them closed, just keeping both closed, to only having his right one closed. I'll probably show that if I have a picture. I think I do. And I'll show you what he looks like on his birthday, which was 2 days after it happened. And I'll show you what he looks like now, which has been, today is, it's been a week. It's been a week. So yeah, here's what happened. So Thursday, my kids had a baseball game, so we got home pretty late. It was about 8:30ish by the time we got home. And a couple weeks before that, my son found, I buy Tide Pod laundry detergent, because I go to the laundromat. It's just easier. You can buy them in 2 separate things. You can buy them in a container, or you can buy them in a bag. I don't trust the bag anymore. The bag is over with. I'd recommend, if you're gonna buy them in a container. Do not buy them in the bag. I bought them in the bag a couple weeks ago. My son found the bag. They feel squishy. He's 3 at the time. They were all over the floor. Okay, clean them all up, put them in the bag, whatever. No more bags. Container. So if I buy them in a bag, because I'm buying a smaller amount, I instantly open it, put it in the childproof container, because that's not childproof. It's not. The childproof container, and lock it back up. So Thursday night, apparently I missed one, because I have an upstairs and downstairs. Me and my older son, who is 6, was upstairs, and baby was like, I want some pizza. I had bought a pizza. I was like, go downstairs and get a slice. Which is perfectly fine. He does it all the time. Goes downstairs, gets what he wants, comes back upstairs with it. So I'm pretty sure he found a Tide Pod that I had missed weeks ago. And I obviously wasn't down here. He was down here for less than 5 minutes by himself. And you hear a scream. Keep in mind, the boy was supposed to go get pizza, a sliced pizza. So that is not a scream-worthy thing. But you know your children. You know the children you watch. You know the children you birth. If you're around children enough, you can tell the difference between their screams. You know the difference between their cries. You know when they're playing screaming. You know when something hurt them screaming. I'm pretty sure he found Tide Pod. He was coming upstairs to bring it to me, because that's what he does. He brings stuff to me, like, oh, mommy, look what I found. And I'm pretty sure he took it and touched the rail of the stairwell with it, and it popped. Keep in mind, it already looks pretty stretched out. If you've seen Tide Pods, they look pretty filled to the brim, and it's been on the floor for weeks. So it's probably not in the best condition, and it popped. He had made it upstairs pretty much when I was making it. No, I met him like halfway through the stairs, because obviously, why did my air have to come on? Hold on. Okay, it'll turn off by itself. Sorry if you can hear it. But, where was I? So yeah, met him pretty much halfway through the stairs, brought him at the top, because the bathroom is right at the top of the stairs. His right side of his face was wet. His shirt was wet. He still had on his jersey from his game, wet. So I rip all that off. I don't know what's on his face at this point. Just know, wash it off. Whatever it is, you wash it off. Because whatever it is, it hurts. It's not water. Wash it off. And then I go downstairs. I'm trying to see what it is. Whatever spilled, I need to know what's on his face. I see it on the floor. So it is popped. There's 3 layers to a Tide Pod. The first 2 were intact. Bottom one was empty. It popped. So what's the first thing to do? Go upstairs. From what I know, you wash it out. You flush the eyes. So I had to hold my baby up under the sink. this is something you don't want to do. You never want to have any child in anywhere contact with any product. So if you learn anything from this video, please put your stuff up. My stuff was not up enough weeks ago. I don't know if I had just bought it and he found it, or I don't know where it was. It obviously wasn't up enough. I probably had left it in the basket and he opened it. Put it up. Put a lock on it. It says childproof. It's not childproof. I don't believe in childproof bags. Let me just put that out there. Childproof bags are not a thing. So now I know that. Now you know that. It's not a thing. You can't have a childproof bag. It's just, it's not. Containers, lock. Bags do not. So, there's that. Keep that also in mind for little kids who like to spray. I know plenty of little kids who like to spray air freshener around the house. Like with their parents, their parents watch them, they let them spray air freshener around the house. It's usually fine, but also keep those things up. It's just as easy to pick it up like, oh, I do this all the time, spray it in the face. I mean, they're kids. They do stuff like that. So, yeah. Flush the eye out. First things first, I looked up poison control on my phone, and it brought me to web poison control, which asked me what was the product, when it happened. It told me to flush the eyes out with water, room temperature water, so it didn't say hot, room temperature water, and it said still go to the emergency room. No, and it said call poison control. So I called poison control. I told her what happened. She said I flushed it out for about 10 minutes. She said she recommends flushing it out for 30 minutes, and with for children that young, take them in the shower. If you have to go in the shower with them, go in the shower with them. Just put them in the shower. Let the water run over their faces, because it's extremely hard to hold a kid up underwater. It's extremely heartbreaking. You do not want to do this. You don't want to do any of this. My story is to help you prevent it happening, and if it has already happened, I'm sorry, but at least this story has a good ending, so thumbs up for that. Yeah, it's not something you want to watch. So I had him in, they were like, recommend, you still have to take him to the hospital, take him to the emergency room, but let him sit in that shower 30 minutes, because just in case it is a drive to the emergency room. The best emergency room from me is about 30 minutes. There's another one, we don't go to that one. 30-minute drive anyway. So it was like, make sure you wash it out in case you're sitting in the waiting room. Have it out your system, have it out his system, have it out his eyes, get as much as you can get out. We did that 30 minutes, drove to the hospital. By the time we did all this, dropped off my other kid, got to the back of the hospital. This was one straight shot. They took him in, took him to the back, and they had to flush out his eyes. Have you ever seen somebody flush out their eyes? Okay, think of a 2-liter bottle. Don't have one on hand. Think of a 2-liter bottle. They took a liter, it's 2 liters of water, put it on his eyes, squeezed it, and just kept squeezing it, kept squeezing it. He's tied down at this point, and it's just something that has to happen. And it's not easy to watch. They tell you, if you're not up, it's like, you probably want to look away. It's not gonna be fun to watch. Now my kid is just, that boy is a tough cookie. Cause yes, he was crying, but in between it, like, they stopped crying. They're like, so I'll ask the nurses who were doing it, is it normal for him to just stop crying? Like, he's silent as you're doing it, like he's taking little gasps and making little noises, but he's not crying for real. She's just like, yes, it's a very overwhelming experience. It's normal for kids to not cry at that time. Trust me, as a parent, you probably want to cry for it. Let's see, yes, as she asked him, she was like, does it feel, I don't know if the nurse asked him or I asked him, like, does it feel better? And in between like little whimpers, he's like, yes, and he's saying thank you. Now this is not something easy to watch. Took 2 liters, took 1 liter in his hand, 1 liter in his hand, put both of them on the eyes, squeezing it. So then they checked his pH balance in the eye first to see how much of the stuff was in there. They checked the pH balance with like a little strip and put on his eye before they did that, and it wasn't completely off, so good thing that's why we call poison control. That's why we flushed it out before we went, because not a lot on there. But it was still not where the eye should be, so that's why they flushed them. Then they checked it again. So they had to flush the right one again. Just the right one this time again. Just as miserable the first time to watch. Just as miserable. It's just miserable. Then they had to check it again, and they're like, we have to try to get as good as, like, everything out before we can send you home. I don't know what time it is. I don't care about what time it is. I'm exhausted. He's exhausted. I don't know at this point. And I'm just like, well, just do whatever you have to do. Make my baby not be in pain. Save my baby's eye. Make my baby not be in pain. Just that's the main thing. Make my baby not be in pain. Let him open his eye. Let him be able to see it. Okay, and here we go. Been here for hours. Third time. Flush his eye out again. Like I said, this is not fun to watch. So, check the pH balance again. We can finally go home. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving with 3-year-old who's exhausted. He's asleep. I've been up since the previous day, 1:30 in the morning. So I've been up 26 hours driving home, 30 minutes. And I couldn't do it. So I had to call my friend. I told, no, you just drop your location. That's what you're supposed to do. As a female or as a male in this society, for real, you just drop your location. Drop location to my friend. I'm like, hey, she already know what's going on. I'm like, I'm on my way home. And I'm like, I gotta pull over because I'm exhausted. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm swerving through lanes. Not trying to, obviously. I'm just that exhausted. So I got to first place I could find that is well lit and not in the middle of nowhere because it took me down some weird road. Thanks, GPS. Thanks, Air, for stopping. Took me down some weird road. So found a gas station. I told her I'm finna take a nap. So we're not gonna be home right now. I'll take a nap. She was like, tell me where you at. I'm coming to get you. I'm too tired to fight. I take a picture. I'm at like a Kangaroo gas station or something right in front. Locked doors and I took a nap. My baby in the back sleep. I'm asleep. It's just a long day. So shout out to my friend and her girlfriend for coming to get me. One drove her car home. The other one drove my car home. And it's just like, you need friends like that. Especially in times like this. You need friends like that. So she's awesome for that. And we've been to, that happened Thursday night. So we didn't go home till Friday morning. Friday, we went to an eye specialist because it was required to go to an eye specialist. We were going to go regardless. Go. We seen her Friday. We seen her Sunday. We saw her Monday. We saw her Wednesday. So it was like a daily thing at that point because it was a daily thing. Sunday, she prescribed drops. Now, I don't know if you've ever had to put eye drops in a 4-year-old's eye. I don't know if you ever put eye drops in a child's eye. Have you not seen some people put eye drops in a grown person's eye? I mean, people just don't like it. Some people are okay with it. Some people don't like it. Children don't like it. You literally have to hold the kid down 4 times a day. 4 times a day. You had to put 1 antibiotic drop in once a day. 1 cream in every night. Artificial tears as much as possible. So as me personally, I was only going to do it 4 times a day because it's not something you want to just keep doing. And then you had the, I'm sorry, let me scratch that again. Cream in your eye once a night. Inside the eye once a night. Drop to keep your eye dilated once a day. Artificial tears as much as possible. And is it antibiotic? It's something to prevent infection. I think it's antibiotic. 4 times a day, and that's a drop. So 3 drops and a cream and Tylenol because, I mean, it hurts. It didn't hurt him as he was going about his day because he still went about his day pretty much fine. He played. He didn't touch his eye for real. He just kept it closed. But when you touched it or you told him you're about to touch it, no. You can hear the fear in a child's voice. No, don't touch it. Holding the kid down to do that stuff. And you have to do it. You have to help. You got to do it. So if you are not in that position to do it, please find somebody. Please take a doctor, do something. Because you got to do it. it helps them. That's part of being a parent, doing stuff that hurts them to help them. Just like saying, no, you can do it, helps them. And this is where we're at, picture. This is where we're at on his birthday, 2 days later. Because we did drops one day. That was the day that he had his eye patch for 24 hours. And she took it off the next day. And that was, I mean, he was fine with it. So as long as he didn't like having it patched up. Again, he's 4. But, so, that healed it well. It was a 50% abrasion on it. Because it is, putting laundry detergent or something like that in your eye is a chemical burn. Also called an alkaline burn. So, hello, he's looking at me. It was a burn. You burned your eye, and that is, like I said, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking probably for some of y'all to listen to. It's definitely heartbreaking for me as a mother to witness and to have to hold him down and all that stuff. Accidents happen, and it just, there's nothing we can do about it. It's just accidents happen, things happen. Little boys get into everything, things happen. So today is Friday, by the way. Our last appointment was Wednesday. It is Here He Comes, so I guess y'all might get to see him. Look at them eyes. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Okay, so since he's going to be in the video. You going to be in the video? Okay, sit down. All right, so today's Friday. Our last appointment was Wednesday. It's not our last one, but it was our last one. So we have another one. We have another one November 2nd. So that one was great because she was like, at this point, we don't need no more drops. So we love that. No more drops, right? Right. Okay, we still do the cream. We do the cream 3 times a day. And the cream is just to prevent him from damaging it anymore. Like when he sleeps and his eyes closed the whole day, from when he opens it to not ripping anything while it heals, like a better word, or rubbing it and it hurting.
I don't know what to talk about, right?
You know what I'm talking about? What am I talking about?
You talk about turtles.
Okay, I'm talking about turtles. So we do the cream 3 times a day right now for a week, and then we're going back to 1 time a day for a week. And his vision wasn't, they did check his vision. His vision wasn't superb. It was not that good at all in his right eye. Left eye, kudos. It was perfect. It's better than mine. Rowan, I'm talking. It's my turn. Left eye is perfect. You can talk later, okay? Left eye was perfect. It's better vision than I did. I have glasses, but he had better vision than me. Right eye was definitely not good. She was like, she doesn't think he can see that well out of it because it's been dilated the whole time because of the drops, which were helping healing. So dilating it helped it heal. She was like, we're gonna check him again, and November 2nd, which I think would have been 2 weeks. Today is the 22nd. I want to say, what's today's date? Turtles. That's today's date. So yeah, that's the date, and we're doing amazing. We're gonna go back to school Monday. We haven't bumped into anything. We still see things like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. We're a trooper. And it looks amazing.
It's amazing.
He looks amazing. So, I just wanted to share my story because that was definitely a traumatic thing to experience. It's enough to be worried about your kid just in natural day-to-day life. But for something like that to happen and for them to not even open their eye for like 3 days straight, it's definitely a thing. So I want y'all to see. Look, bright eyes. Look, bright eyes.
Yeah.
This is bright eyes. This is bright eyes.
Coming bright eyes?
I called you bright eyes.
And Mimi?
Yeah, Mimi called you bright eyes too.
What about Bubba?
Okay, so yeah. Can you say bye? This is pretty much all I had to say. Yes, bye. So yeah, wish y'all the best of luck. I mean, you can subscribe. This is not what I usually do, and I hope I don't have to do this again. But who knows? All right, leave me a comment if something like that has ever happened, and how y'all did. So I'll give y'all an update on how our vision's looking in a few weeks. Other than that, we're great. All right. Bye. Bye. Okay.